My name is Margaret Murphy-O'Mahony. I am the Fianna Fáil general election candidate for Cork South West. I am married to Paddy O'Mahony and we have two sons, John and Philip. The issues of main concern to the people of Cork South West that are coming up on the doorsteps, I suppose depending on where you are, but particularly in Bandon and Skibbereen, the flood relief schemes, or the lack of, are coming up on a lot of doorsteps. People feel very left down that these schemes haven't gone ahead. In Bandon, you're talking about the flood relief scheme and the main drainage, and in Skibbereen you're talking about the flood relief schemes, all of which have been held up, I think maybe unnecessarily. So it is something, that I would very much work on if elected to the Dáil. Another thing that comes up an awful lot is the cost of childcare. People regard it as a second mortgage, and I think something needs to be done with regard to maybe tax credits. There are ways about it, and something that has to be done really, to give people an option of whether they want to work or whether they want to stay at home with their children. I think to have a proper recovery in Cork South West, we need to encourage small to medium enterprises to set up maybe a business that employs 12 to 14 people, and bring it into an area, create jobs that will have the knock-on effect then of people shopping in the local area, getting their hair done in the local area, etc. So it has a domino good effect on the area. Special needs is an area very close to my heart. There is, I think, a distinct lack of SNAs, particularly in the schools in West Cork, and it is something that has to be addressed. I think the so-called recovery that has hit maybe Dublin and the East Coast has not reached Cork South West at all. We're facing a two-tier recovery, and if elected, I would ensure that any recovery that is going to happen would be felt by the people of Cork South West. Fishing restrictions is also another thing that comes up an awful lot, particularly obviously to the west. A fisherman summed it up very well to me lately when I was canvassing in Castletownbere. He said, we used to be afraid to go out fishing in case we drown. Now we're afraid to come home in case we're arrested. And I think that really, really sums it up. So something needs to be done with regard to the fishing restrictions. Support for small farmers is also another thing that comes up an awful lot. And also farmers are finding it particularly hard to access grants, etc. Some people are finding it very hard to go online, to fill up the forms online, etc. So something that needs to be addressed, and I think that could be very, very easily done. Social housing is also something that is a big concern to the people of West Cork, and again needs to be addressed very much. Yes, we are very aware of obviously the huge turnout for the referendum, and particularly for people registering for the first time to vote, even though they may be well past 18, that they found, that they saw this as a way to have their voices heard. And we in Fianna Fáil are very conscious of this, that there are now a lot more young people registered, and something that we very much encourage. I think the youth are our future, so their voices need to be heard, and I'm hoping that those people who registered for the referendum will now come out and vote again and have their voices heard. I suppose I would like to ask people to give me their number one vote or their highest preference. I feel that I would be a loud voice in West Cork. I'm a very hard worker. What you see is what you get. I think we need more of that in the Dáil. I have a great name for deliverance, the area that I represent already, and I just think we need a change in Cork South West, and I believe I am the woman to do it. And also I think it has to be noted that there was never a female elected from any party for Cork South West, and although I'm against gender quotas, I'm not a woman's libber, anything like that, but I do believe we're no better or worse than men, but we're equal and we're different, and we bring something to the table that men don't. So I think there needs to be a balance of men and women at the Dáil level, and particularly from Cork South West. So I believe that I have a lot of good points going forward to represent the people of Cork South West.